this small and you sink or swim. It's getting harder to protect her heart. Words are daggers and she'll learn fast. She don't give your heart, she'll just turn your mind.
We're the Committee for Future Generations. On May 9th, we found out that Saskatchewan is being targeted to store all of Canada's nuclear waste. It's on the present government's agenda. Google UDP. You can find charts, you can find timelines. A deep geological repository is in the plan for Saskatchewan. 40,000 tons of spent nuclear rods, that's 2 million used nuclear bundles. That's the equivalent of 7 semi-truck loads a day for 20 years that would be rumbling right through Saskatchewan to the north. So once buried, that will heat up. No matter how stable they might say that our rock is in our Canadian Shield up north, when you dig a hole 500 meters deep and put 40,000 tons of nuclear waste down there that will heat up to 220 degrees Celsius, we're talking over double the temperature of the boiling point of water. What does that do to rock that was solid? Crack it, you know, the water. An engineer that worked at Key Lake told us himself that water is the bane of the engineers up there. You cannot get away from water. So next time you drink a glass of fresh, clean water, remember that is Saskatchewan's natural resource that the rest of the world envies, and we're all connected with it. So this summer, I don't know if any of you followed the walk against nuclear waste. We started out in Pine House, Saskatchewan, and we walked. These are, sharing the stage here is people that came on that walk with us. There are many more of us that couldn't be here today but are sure with us in spirit. We walked to unite Saskatchewan. This is not a northern issue. It's a provincial, national, international issue.
This video was first begun in 2007, shortly after listening to a talk by Dr. Helen Caldecott. It was begun with my 2 daughters, but has grown to reflect the community around us.
And what's this day called?
Earth Day.
Right. And why is it special?
Because then you have to talk about Mother Earth and you have to treat her very well, like everything you have to.
Right, okay. Eva Gardner? What do you think about this day?
So this day is about focusing on how I could reduce my ecological footprints. Did you know that if everybody lived like the average Canadian, we need 4.8 planet Earths? Using up our resources at unsustainable rates.
People don't
it's really time to reconsider this.
People don't understand that language.
Maybe you should start eating organic and get the word out there. That's what I think.
And the worst of it all is she just wants to be loved, accepted, adored. Please open the door for her. We've got to teach our children to be heartless. We've got to teach our children to be heartless.
The link between women and the environment and the environmental movement and ecology is a it goes back to the 60s when both movements really got a big push. Women's movement goes back quite a ways before the 60s, but it got a real big push again in the 60s where it started. And the environmental movement, or the ecology movement, got started at the same time, and women ever since then have been actively involved in the environmental movements, usually at the grassroots organizing levels. And because of that, they go in different ways with that, but that's where they started.
Go round the bed and you come back again.
Well, this is from the
There's a jug of that good old Mountain Dew
in our city and province to help the environment. So yeah, just something I'm thinking through.
Spend my days thinking of you.
And feel free to appreciate our singer. We always think it's good to show your love in one of the old-fashioned ways here.
I wanted to gather people with the same interests so that we could, discuss these things, but also to motivate other people in our community to get on board and change, maybe not change drastic things, but change, take small little steps every day and so on. So that's why we invited people to an event that we did about 4 years ago to try to gather this group of people who were interested and see who were actually out there in our community. Because some of us kind of knew each other already.
We really want people to come together. That's what we want to do. We want to bring people together so that people don't feel like they're isolated. And also, we have reached people from all sectors of society. Like we've reached, city managers and academics and young people and businesses and organizations. And, it's such a huge topic. And so we've been able to, we really want to bring everybody together to realize that we're all interconnected and that, we're together, we're stronger.
We saw a need of almost like gathering them all together, becoming an umbrella group and talk about issues. So that's kind of how it all got started, and we had a very successful event where, people showed up from, all different walks of life in a way, and all different neighborhoods. Yeah, it was. I think we had about 50, 60 people the first event, which felt really good, and we saw, wow, this is worth continuing with. And I think one of the big reasons why we were successful was that it was very informal, it was family friendly, and we wanted to gather, how can I say this? Well, in order to get it very informal, we decided that it was going to be a potluck. Food makes people feel informal in a sense, and bringing their favorite food to share with others makes, it attracts people, and we realized that was just the way to do it. That was the draw. So yeah, we just continued on to give similar, or to organize similar events and workshops. We focused on various issues, such as recycling, local food, gardening, transportation, and so on. And we invited facilitators, when it was very informal to start with.
Earth is where we're living, but sometimes is what some people are killing. By polluting is just not suiting, and by littering, oh dear, maybe we should start considering to stop these catastrophes. We'll do good things for the earth, you and me, like conserving water. It's good for a growing son and daughter. And if you recycle, you could get a brand new shiny bicycle and push that pesticide to the side and let your gardens grow with pride.
Well, the class deals with activism and ways that women can get involved with the environment that empowers them and also works to empower the environment. And so one of the things they do is learn that there's different kinds of activism. And so they get involved with learning about different types of groups and individuals who have taken a stand and on different environmental issues, and they do research on some of those and reports. They also do a creative project where they have to think about how they connect to the environment in a creative way. So they can do poetry, they can do other types of writing, they can do art, some do film. So there's a variety of different things they can do with that, and they learn that you can be creative in your activism. You don't have to go out and march and blockade, although that is certainly one way of doing it, but you can create a film that helps people. And so those are some of the things that they do, learn about women's health and how it's impacted by the environment, such as environmental links between different diseases like breast cancer. And things that they can do themselves on a personal level to work for the environment.
There was a sense of urgency in restoring Mother Earth, restoring the balance again, of it, so the people that we were meeting talked about Mother Earth had rights, and why weren't they being honored? Well, we decided, well, maybe we should form a group. And were we advocates? Yes, we were. So that's how we came up with the term. Mother Earth Justice Advocates, MIJA.
Mother Earth Justice Advocates is committed to education and action supporting Mother Earth and the Universal Declaration of the Rights of Mother Earth. We advocate and honor Indigenous peoples' rights, which are being violated at the expense of Mother Earth. Mother Earth Justice Advocates, a Regina-based group advocating for the rights of Mother Earth through climate justice activities. This group evolved out of the Regina People's Assembly on Climate Justice. This group is open to anyone interested in loving, honoring, and protecting Mother Earth. It's kind of interesting I'm doing this interview today because Mother Earth Justice Advocates, known as MIJA, was started during COP16, and COP17 is happening right now. And it started because during COP16 they were having people's assemblies on climate justice. And one of the things they were asking people to discuss at the people's assemblies was the Universal Declaration of the Rights of Mother Earth. And at that people's assembly we decided, well, we don't want to just have this people's assembly and talk about something and leave and la-di-da. So we said, let's get a group together. And we kind of batted around a name, and Terry was actually the one that came up with Mother Earth Justice Advocates, and we all went, yeah, right on.
And push that pesticide to the side and let your gardens grow with pride.
With the effort of all the nations, we can help the earth live for generations.